Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now is Wierman, and he is the president and CEO of the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about that. We hear Community Foundation of the Lowcountry all the time, or at least I do, in the news and around. But what exactly is it that you guys are and what you do?
Sure. Well, the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry is one of about 800 community foundations spread across the United States. And it's a really neat concept in that really we're an organization that helps partner with charitable people who are trying to make a difference in their community. Of course, as a foundation, we're a grant maker, so we support charitable causes through our grants process. We work with donors to establish funds that carry out and honor their charitable interests and their legacy. And we're also a student aid scholarship administrator. We have a wonderful scholarship program that helps local students continue their education beyond high school.
Which is so great. I mean, anytime kids can get a little help is really wonderful. And I really didn't realize that it was all across the country. So that is a new piece of information to me, fascinating. And I know you guys did huge amounts of grants throughout the pandemic. You saw it, like I said, continually in the news, which is wonderful. But tell me a little bit more about the scholarships and how many you gave out this year.
Sure. So the Community Foundation itself was established in 1994, and it was just the very next year, 1995, that the foundation received its first scholarship fund because donors realized the value and the importance of continuing education for the good of our community. The foundation now has the privilege of administering 50 scholarship funds. This past year, the foundation was able to help about 175 students with a total of $688,000 in scholarships. And if you go back to the beginning of the scholarship program at the foundation, we now have been able to distribute $8.5 million in scholarships since its inception back in 1995.
That is impressive numbers. I love that. That is exciting. So you have been with the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry for about 7 months. You relocated here from Winston-Salem. Tell us a little bit about your experience here so far and kind of what you are looking for in the future in this particular location.
Yeah. So I've been just overwhelmed with the warm welcome that I've received from this community. There's a lot of really good things that are going on in the Lowcountry in philanthropic terms. And I'm glad to be a small part of that and excited about the potential of this organization to have an even greater impact here in Hilton Head and across our 4-county region that we serve. Right. As I think about it, there's opportunities for additional collaboration. I've quickly met a number of other funders, private foundations, some local businesses that are very philanthropic, and we formed kind of an informal network of funders to talk about what do we learn from one another, what are the things and the opportunities we might do together. There's tremendous potential to try to grow philanthropy. Sure. I also quickly have learned that there are a lot of very generous people in this area, a lot of folks that want to help their fellow residents throughout the area. And I think the foundation is well positioned to do an even better job of connecting charitable people with the charitable causes that matter and that can have an impact. And as you said, during the pandemic, the foundation quickly saw the needs out there, right, and were overwhelmed with the generosity of the community. People who found their way to the foundation said, I'd like a contribution, whether it was $10 or $10,000. Yeah. I want to be part of something bigger. And so as a result of that, we were able to distribute over $700,000 in grants to 43 different nonprofits in our 4-county region, and got the money to the organizations where we knew they would be able to meet immediate demands and needs based on the pandemic. Yeah,
well, as I said, it seemed like every month you were seeing in the, another 100 and some thousand, another 100 and some, thinking, wow, I mean, that's just really, it touches your heart that the people in the community came together in such a wonderful fashion. And so, as you said, going forward, how do people get involved with you if they're one of those people that kind of want to do something?
Yeah. So the foundation is available to folks regardless of what their charitable interests are and kind of the scale. So oftentimes people say, if I ever become a multimillionaire, I'll be in touch. The reality is you don't need to be. The reality is someone who has $10 to give can contribute to an endowment fund, and that's one of the differentiators of the Community Foundation. We are in the business of helping people establish charitable legacies, and they can contribute along with others and do something, or they can create their own legacy as to what they want to do. So we're about creating permanent charitable capital that not only serves the community now, but will serve it decades from now, and it'll be a permanent resource for charitable causes.
Well, and I think that's such an important point to say, that even if you only have $10, because I do think people get intimidated by, I really don't have a lot to give. I really don't know how to get involved here. So I love that point. So if somebody does want to get involved, how do they get to you to do that?
Right. So individuals can reach out to the foundation. We have an office here on Hilton Head Island on Northridge, and would be happy. They can reach out and schedule an appointment. Any number of our staff would be happy to sit down, listen to what people have on their mind, and then suggest some ideas of vehicles to help accomplish what they want to do. And that's one of the neat things about community foundations, is that we're there as a vehicle to help people accomplish what they think is important and what they want to do.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you for being with me this morning, Scott. It was great information, and welcome to the Lowcountry. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us for Talk of the Town, and we'll see you next time.